Okay, hi, welcome back. So yes, following on from this whole map thing, going back in time, what we're going to do now, and I will also be using Google Maps this time to use that feature of going back in time on the Street View too. We're going to be taking a look at Kenny Veach's house, or his former house, okay? Now we just type in the details there, and we'll be directed to his house. We're currently not in present time because I'm following in from the last video I did, okay? You can see the marker down there, the little pinpoint, which should be the correct spot. Now, the reason why I'm going to use Google Maps in addition is because visually Google Earth, or at least Google Earth Pro, is abysmal in quality. Look how flat it looks. I don't know if I can do or change the visual look. But let's go back in time to the beginning and see what it looked like, the area. 1985. Well, as you can see, aside from pixelations and blurriness, there isn't much going on. Now, I don't know if it's going to visually improve the quality. It might not. I don't think it will do. Sometimes it takes time to process. I think we'll proceed onwards through the years. 1990, there you go. So it's stepped up, black and white. Yes, it is flat, but you can see how sparse and empty the area is compared to how it looked like in present time. Okay, like the neighborhood, like all those missing buildings, it's just empty land. I know there's certain names that show up, but you can't get rid of them. They just remain there from current day. But look at this area. Look how empty it is. I don't know if they're houses or some kind of farm land or industrial or business related. We look at Kenny's plot. I don't know what that is. Are they trees? You can't really do 3D. But you can make out something. If we go to 2002, you jump up and now you can make out this. So if we go back, that is a house. That is a house surrounded by trees, because if we go to 2002, you can make out the object now and the trees around it. And I believe that is a swimming pool as well, that blue thing. So there's not too much going on, as you can see. I mean, there's a bit of development. If you look over this way, you got all rows and houses, neighborhood, quite big. But I guess this is like new development, a new place for houses to be built. But there is already a few there, as you can see, but not many. As for Kenny's, there is some kind of building next to it. I don't know if that's a house or a garage. I don't know if it's linked onto the house to the left. Go to the 10th, still remains the same. The 12th. Now it gets a little bit clearer, as you can see. That patch where Kenny's house is completely empty, just doesn't exist from what you can see there. I don't know what that is about there. We go to 2003, still the same, still the same. There you go, you got a much clearer image. Once again, as I said, these earlier images are quite clear, to be fair. Look at that. You can see these houses, how it's like all sandy and dry, and then there's a bit of vegetation there covering the houses and stuff. That still remains there. That does look like a house now, the one next to Kenny's, the one on the left, because you can see like a car parked up there in black. Now this patch for Kenny is still empty, but there's like a weird square box or something at the bottom, which I would assume would be the garden of Kenny's. So I don't know what that's all about. There is also a vehicle just outside Kenny's, I think, there. I don't know whose that is. Keep on going, 2006. Now, look what happens now. What's happened to all the houses? What the hell? Like, some of you will already know because you live in the area, but as you can see, you've got a digger there or something, some more vehicles, either flattening out the ground. You know, all those houses that were there beforehand Not many to say. Oh, I might be looking in the wrong area. No, actually, hold on. You got those 2 houses there or something. Are they still there afterwards? Oh, they are. It's probably just a visual quality. But then again, you look up here. This is weird. Did they knock houses down, or is it still all the same? It's just trying to match it up. So you had a house there, house there, house there. Okay, so that's like what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to 2006. 1, yeah. 3 of them, or 2 or 3 of them are missing. Yeah, at least 2 of them. There should be 1 there, and then 1 there next to Kenny's, but they've been all taken away, because look at that. We zoom out, all these patches and plots, so this is like a grid of new development underway. I think some people are going to find this really boring. Still the same. 2007, much clearer. I think they've actually developed, are these proper roads now? Maybe. I don't know what the circle's for. Is it like a turnaround? But yeah, just completely. The house has gone there. Do you know the one with the swimming pool, I think? Maybe I'm getting mixed up. 2008, 2009, a lot clearer. Now this is interesting. Okay, so all these are empty. No houses here at this moment in time. And yet Kenny's plot, shut up clock. Kenny's plot, look at that square layout. So was Kenny's the first house to be built on this street, on this side? Because it looks like it. It looks like Kenny's house, or the foundations of it. What's that? So you got a digger there, another vehicle there. 2010, look at that. All of a sudden, you got houses. You didn't before. Look at that. No houses. And now you've got houses. Not much of a garden. Still underway down here. Not much going on. That house still remains there after all that time. Okay. Not bad. 2010. Now, I can't remember when Kenny, moved in. Some of you will know, or Susan will know, but at this moment in time, you got a vehicle there. So someone's already moved in immediately. Looks like a bluish car. Could be Kenny's. That's 2010. Vehicle's still there. 2010 on the 9th, completely blurry. 2011, vehicle's still there. I think it's still same amount of houses. Some swimming pools and gardens have developed. That still remains kind of obsolete. Got the house nearby with another car. 2012, bluish. This will be the point I can say this is where Kenny is at, because he did some videos or something in 2012, or he was present 2012. You can see something being developed in the garden. I don't know what that circular thing is. Might be some patchwork. You've also got those trees and bushes. I don't know if any of them are cactuses, because you saw in his home video. And now we're on the 2nd month, 2014. So February. Much change, not really, aside from the colour, black and white. You do have a vehicle. I'm a bit unsure to this. You see that there. I don't know if that's 1 vehicle or 2. They look close together, so it might be the shadow of Kenny's vehicle here, and that's the dark shadow by the side of it. Okay, could be the case. Not much going on. What date do we move to next? Okay, the 3rd month, 2014. Yeah, it's definitely a shadow, because you can see the darkness compared to the car. Okay, that's cleared up. Kenny's garden there. Looks like, I don't know, some vegetation. And what's that there? It'd be weird if you saw Kenny walking around or something. It'd be impossible to see though, I guess. Okay. What do we go on to next? 2015. Well, this is when Kenny has gone missing. And as you can see, vehicle is not there whatsoever. But a car is over there. Don't know what that's about. Yes, okay. 2016. No vehicle still. Nothing going on. The 9th, 2016. nothing at all. The 11th, 2016, still no vehicle. Then the 5th, 2017, a vehicle does appear, a car or something, just kind of outside of Kenny's. So I don't know if that has any link. The 11th of 2017, still no one present, no vehicles have visited since. 2018, everything seems a lot bland, a lot more bland compared to 2017 and before. You had the trees, vegetation, and then the backyard with the whatever going on. But you go to 2018, it's just completely empty and blank. And I might be right in saying this, I think that's when either the house went on auction or I think people started going in and clearing the house out and stuff. That's a possibility. 2019, look at that. A pool has been placed in all of a sudden. I don't remember seeing that in the past. Some other thing there, is that a canopy maybe on his sunroofs. No car though. 2020, and there you go. That's the new owners of whoever. And in Kenny's house, you can see the white vehicle there, not Kenny's. 5th, 2020, very blurry. 3rd, 2021, yeah, still there. 9th, 2021, blurry again, yeah. Okay, so what I want to do before we go on to Street View, which is interesting in itself, okay? As I said, you can't do custom dates because it just doesn't work on here, as I said in the last video. Let's just try and go back to 2014. So what does it jump from? 2nd month of 2014, the 3rd month of 2014, and then it jumps immediately to 2015. Isn't that typical? Once again, just like with the desert, how it jumps from the 2014, you can't get the correct month, and then it suddenly jumps to either 15 or 2016. Same as happened with the house. That's kind of annoying, that. Okay, let's move over to Google Maps now. Okay, so we are on Google Maps now. I can't do full screen because for some reason when I do it on this, it ends up pausing or stuttering and it all goes to shit. So I can't do that. But as you can see, we've got the house back on, but this time Google Maps. And let's just change the layers to what we can do. Ah, there we go. Well, it's on the correct one anyway. Does it let me rotate the screen? I don't think it does, but never mind. This is the area, as you saw. We're facing north at the moment, I think. We're looking at it from like the side angle, because I don't know how to turn the screen around. But the main point is we're going to do Street View. This is where it gets interesting, okay? So, as you can see, looks pretty clear. This was done 2019, and it's not been updated since March 2019. I think visually it looks pretty good, the quality of it. Got something discarded there. So how do we take this in? Okay, you've got a house now, and then the neighbour of Kenny. And I think what we'll do again, we'll just go back in time to as far as we can go, 2011. That is Kenny's vehicle. So I guess that confirms that he was there at least in 2011. I said probably 2010. I might be wrong, but it can be easily corrected by somebody else, okay? So neighbour there, not much going on. Can't go back in time any further. You're limited from street level. Just click that off for a second. So you got some bushes, growing vegetation. This here, I don't know what that is, okay? But interestingly, you've got the cactus there, and if you remember in Kenny's house video, it grew significantly higher up to the roof, if not just beyond that. So I guess that could be some kind of time marker to explain maybe when Kenny did record his videos, considering multiple ones of them were uploaded on the same day. So you could get an idea of that. Just make sure to check out for that observation-wise whilst watching this video, okay? What else is there? Okay, so what the fuck's just happened here? Interesting. So What's going on here? Was that vehicle there before? No, it wasn't. That's weird. It must be a different month or a different date. It's the same year, though. No, it's the same month, it's the same year. It must be a different date. Farmer Brothers Coffee. Now, is this vehicle parked up outside Kenny's? Is there a delivery, maybe? Oh, do you know what? If he was knocking at the door, it's a shame the van's blocking the doorway. So, you know, if the door was open and they were delivering to it, you would have been able to see Kenny or something. That's typical, isn't it? You can't see it. Can you see through the windows? Not really. I think there's blinds up or something. I bet someone's going to say, oh my God, this is so creepy, Andrew. What are you doing? Well, we're just observing. Does it matter? You can't see much. As for Kenny's vehicle, interestingly, doesn't his mirrors look pulled back? Do you know, like how I said in the past video, how it looked like the mirrors were pushed forwards in Kenny's final hike video? Do you remember that? In Kenny's final hike video, it looked like the mirrors were pushed forward so you couldn't see the reflection of the camera and possibly if someone was stood behind it. It just looks like it's at the correct angle this time when looking at it. Let's just move a bit forward. Yeah, they don't look as pushed forwards, even when you look at it from that angle. I might be completely wrong, but just an observation. You've got that there. You might wonder what that is. That is a newspaper, most likely. It looks like one. Can't see any others around. No. Okay. Let's just go back this way because I want to try and get past that van just ever so slightly. So what I'm just trying to do was... Right, there's no one stood outside the doorway. I thought maybe someone would have visited. Farmer Brothers Coffee. Now, does that have anything to do with family members maybe? Some kind of business? Might as well just ask the question just in case. Still, nothing shows. You kind of got the side view there, but you can't see much. Let's just move a little bit further onwards if possible. Okay, van's disappeared. Still can't see anything. It just sometimes when you move away from something it can change. Like, yeah, there you go, it's suddenly back there again. Can't really see, pardon the background sound, it's some fucking annoying appliance. Yeah, still can't see much going on. Can I go over here maybe? Nope, nothing's changed. Like sometimes 1 minute you can be at a current date, a current time, and then you move ever so slightly and you've teleported. Whoa, oh, what's this? Okay, well, this is an interesting angle, so take notes visually. Oh, fuck that, it doesn't matter, it's 2018. We need to refer back to that later on, okay? Let's go back to 2011. So, yes, done everything I can in this year. We can't see too much developing or changing. You got the vehicle there. Can't see anyone stood outside. Vehicle gone. No. Kenny's not stood around. Okay, so let's just proceed onwards. Now we're on July 2011. Virtually looks the same from the looks of it. The cactus has grown slightly. That's one thing to make note of. Nothing's changed there. Sometimes you can see people's heads in the window. That's happened on the odd occasion if you're on Google Maps. Okay, and then we're going back in time again. Are we? 2011. 2000. Oh, well, that's weird. Maybe it was just a visual glitch. Yeah, it's a visual glitch. Forget that. Okay, so we've gone on to April 2013 now. Still virtually the same. The only thing I've noticed is you can see like black tyre marks or something, on the driveway on both sides. It's probably from the same vehicle, but maybe he had a visitor at some point. Yeah. Okay. 2015. Well, now you get the idea. Look at that. So from 2013 to 2015, look at the cactus. Okay. That cactus in 2013. Wait, why? Oh, for fuck's sake! Why does it keep jumping? This is annoying. And why does it look bigger there? And when I was closer by, it looked smaller. This is so confusing. Right. So what are we on currently? May 2011. Currently showing April 2013. So in 2013, okay, 2013, look at the cactus. It's grown significantly. You go to 2015, it's grown even more. So what I would say is, because in Kenny's video, the cactus was the same height as the roof, because in 2013, it wasn't quite there, it means it would have been 2014 in between, in between these two. The cactus would have been there. So that would imply that Kenny's video, his house one at least, was done at a certain point in 2014. Okay? I'm sure some people will be like, well, yeah, of course. But there was confusion, like, when were the videos done exactly, okay? I'm just trying to break it down at least, because, like with the hike, it could have been done a year before, it could have been done a few months before him going missing and stuff. So it's just trying to look for little details, check for the dates, and whether things have changed or not in between, okay? So this is that's not 2015, that's 2015, because the vehicle is no longer there, because supposedly Kenny's gone missing. You go to 2018, that's when you see the development underway in the swimming pool, okay? I just wanted to see, if I click there, does it jump back? Yes, it does. You see, that's why it's confusing, because sometimes if you're on a certain day, you can actually move around, not just stay in one area, but you can actually keep going down the street in that same exact year. But then if you click in the wrong spot, like here, it goes from 2015 to 2011, and you keep on going along and you think, oh, well, it says 2015 there, but the real date is up here, 2011. Just wanted to point that out because I'm sure people will be confused by that. Okay, so we're still 2015, good. It just, does anything pop out, anything show up? No, it doesn't whatsoever. What happens if we go over this way? Okay, back to 2015. Nothing, no one's visited, nothing at all. Okay, let's just go to 2018 now. There we go, 2018. So you can see the house is cleared. You've got a car there, a worker there, some guy doing whatever. And that's the house, Kenny's house. The door's open. It looks pretty empty inside. I'm sure some of you would have seen pictures and photos of it inside. Ty provided that in a past video. Okay. And then also you look at the window. It looks like a notice on the window. You can't quite read or make it out. I don't know what that's talking about, whether it's something to do with renovation or person's gone missing, so we're moving on and there's a new owner or something maybe. Okay, so yeah. And also in some of the windows you can see the odd few lights on. Now, I don't know if it's the front ones or the back rooms, but remember that room where Kenny said, oh, I'm not letting you in. You can't see that, it's secret. I wonder if any of these rooms are the secret rooms Kenny was talking about. Right, okay, it won't let me do that. Typical. What happens if I just move over this way? Can we get a different angle? Nope. We can get an angle there. Is there anything in that boot of the car, like any old item? No, there isn't anything to do with Kenny. Yeah, you can see the notice still there. Yeah. There's something there as well, but I don't know what that is. Now the cactus has been cut down. I don't know who cut that down. It's probably these guys or something. Don't know why, but maybe because it was overgrown. Oh, the garage door's open. You can see it there, but you can't see much inside it. Okay. Looks a lot more bare and empty through those windows there. Okay. Let's just go back this way. Set the date. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, can I get that angle again? I don't know if I can. Certain angle, I was able to look. Okay. Interesting. So what's this all about? Garage, pretty empty. I think that might be a back door. There'll be a door somewhere. I guess that's all rubble and stuff. That's the mailbox, I think, which Kenny was talking about. There seems to be a notice on the side. I don't know what that's got to do with. Maybe it's just someone who's lost a dog or a cat and asking for whereabouts. Don't know why I'm thinking that, but it looks like something. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted. You can kind of make out down there. Is that a wheelie bin? I'm sure people will be like, what's a wheelie bin, man? A trash can. Well, there you go. Different countries, different language and accents and everything used. Well, there you go. So, yeah, it's a bit rubble. I'm just trying to look for little details, if there's anything been left, anything been dumped. But from the looks of it, doesn't seem to be the case. Okay. Let's just get to 2019. So this is the new owners, people that are now there. Cactus has gone from the looks of it. A few bushes have been removed, a few pots been added, a sign there, whatever that says, and the door itself looks different now. Different bins, I think. Got a new gate on, different car, obviously, because different owners. And yeah, let's just go this way. Little chair there. I bet people are going to be like, fucking hell, Andrew, what are you doing? Well, it's just an observation, isn't it? You know, this is all public, it's all viewable and available. It's just trying to look for the tiniest of details. You got these windows, what, boarded out, blacked out? Well, not blacked out, but you know what I'm saying. Well, are they like shutters or something? I don't know. It's weird. Same there. All the blinds are down. Why are all the blinds down? They're hiding? Maybe not. What about here? Yeah, it looks like everything's like all shut. I mean, compared to the other houses, it just looks like they don't want the sunlight to come in. Oh well. It's just, you know, go this way a bit. Yeah, still the same, nothing's changed. Okay. Well, there you go. So that's what it looks like. As I said, you got 2015, 2013, but no 2014. Now that's annoying, is it not? Yeah, it is. Ooh, that's a weird colour there. It's just probably a glitch or something. Now, what about the vehicle itself, observational wise? I mean, it probably don't mean much, but what about the state of it? It looks a bit dusty, the window's a bit unclean. Is there any dirt around the track, the mudguard, the wheels, the arches? It looks a bit dusty coloured. Could that imply Kenny went out there on a hike in 2013? Maybe. Yeah, he probably did it regularly, or he did it so often. Okay. Does the car change in colour? Does it? Yeah, it does look cleaner from that angle. That might be a different date. And from that angle, it still looks relatively clean. I don't know what that is on top. But then if I go back over this way, I don't know where I went now. Yeah, it still looks kind of clean. It was just from a certain angle, it looked kind of dusty looking, but I don't think I can get a hold of that. Because it's like a minefield, you know, when you click on the tiles. Yeah, it doesn't seem to show now. That's unfortunate. 2011. Yeah. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So congratulations if you managed to get through all of that video. Appreciate it. So what are my final thoughts on the video, the map analysis, Kenny's house? I mean, you know, some people will probably be like, oh, why are you zooming in on the house? What are you trying to look for? Are you some kind of burglar? Are you trying to map it out or something? No. What I'm trying to do, or what I was trying to do, was just to see if there was anything that showed within the windows. You never know. You know, you've seen it before on Google Earth, Google Maps. Yeah, Google Maps. You could be going down the street looking for directions to go somewhere. And as you're panning around, oh, you notice someone stood near a curtain. You see someone looking through the window. So I was just basing it off that, just to see, I wonder who's looking through the window. Has Kenny been caught on camera at a certain point in time? Or was anyone else caught on camera? The same with the driveway. Yes, Kenny's car was parked there, but was there a possibility that the car could have returned at a certain point after his disappearance, obviously? Or maybe a different vehicle appeared at some point, maybe to pick up items, to clear the house. And yes, we did see that, but that was later on. That was 2018 when supposedly the house was either being sold, changes were being done to it, okay, as you saw. But it would have been interesting to see if any vehicles did show up. I know there was a comment somewhere, previous video, where they're saying 2010, I think it was, how they said a car was parked up at the given coordinates. I'll either share that on screen now, either a picture of it or the coordinates of it from the comment. And yeah, kind of interesting. I mean, I've not looked myself, I probably didn't see it myself because I would have made note of it, but if you can see it in the frame, in the shot, then, you know, probably just due to the area and the environment, because it's going to stand out. Objects like that will in a place like that. But it just goes to show the original idea, the possibility that a vehicle could have been captured, caught on the correct day. Unfortunately, we didn't have the correct date, correct day, correct year, etc. And it kind of just so happens to run in parallel and timeline with this video as well, how you couldn't get the exact date, month, year you wanted once again. Kind of typical. I mean, yes, you can say, oh, it's just a coincidence, oh well, not much to it, but still it's like, oh, again, yet another thing, another record, another bit of data which is missing. What else is missing, Kenny? Etc, etc. Kind of like that. Was there anything else within the Google Map area thing? Well, you saw me going back and forth, looking at it from different angles, and I probably mentioned it within the video itself, but just as a little debrief. I know some people might be like, why are you dragging it out? Why are you spending so long on one frame or something, going back and forth? What is it going to solve? Well, as I said, number one, to get a certain angle of maybe the side of the house, side of a window, can I see anything within it? You know, looking straight on, it might not work because of reflections of the window. Or maybe there's an object in the corner or a person. So you'd have to look at it from an angle. That's one way of looking at it. Additionally, whilst I am moving around, as said, time can shift. You know, you could be, you know, in a certain year and you just move forwards a little bit. You're still in the same year, maybe the same month as well, but a different day. I think I'm correct in saying that. Just like, for example, when you're looking at the house, you move forwards just a little bit to the right and then suddenly a van appears. And you click again, move forwards, and then it disappears again. It's kind of, in a sense, fragmented, maybe through different years and dates when a certain position was took. You know, you might be on a road, but it doesn't mean to say you can travel all the way down that road on Google Maps and for it to remain the same date, because maybe just a split of the road, a section of the road was noted, captured in 2020, and then the other half was 2021, you know, something like that. So as you're going back and forth, things can shift and change. It can get a little confusing, as you saw within the video, but I'm just showing it raw and natural, how things are. I think that's really it. I don't think I saw anything dodgy. You can let me know what you think in the comment section. Did you notice anything? Any vehicles, any people, any objects, anything in the windows, anything in the back garden? Anything significant? You can let me know down below if you want. Anything else? No, as I said, the only thing I looked at was the cactus that was growing by the side of the house near the porch. Just the growth of it, you know. what did I give? 2013, 2014? No, I think 2014 was missing. 2013 to 2015, that's why it jumped to when up close against the house. So it would have been 2014 when the cactus was at the optimal height for when Kenny did his house video when recording. I know some of you might be thinking, well, duh, he uploaded it in 2014 anyway. But in a way, we needed confirmation to know when did he exactly record it, because just because it gives a date of when it was uploaded, that doesn't mean to say that's the same date of when it was recorded. You know what I'm saying? You know, odd occasion, very odd occasion, gameplay clips, what I've uploaded onto YouTube. Yeah, I could upload one tomorrow, but that was actually captured and recorded back in 2015. But who would know? Unless there was like a date in the corner of the screen if there was one. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at. As for the next video, we're going to be following the same pattern, theme of back in time, but we're going to be looking at a different location, okay? Won't go into it too much now. Any additional information? I'll just throw it in because no point making a video on it, but I'll just throw it in. I saw a comment by Jack Uzi recently about Kenny's car, saying how Kenny's car was, I don't know, it's very recent time or a year or two ago, was up for auction without the owner being present or something. Saying he got that from a reliable source. I was like keeping it anonymous. Don't know why, don't know who, but that's been supposedly said. Susan did appear and reply to me and said something along the lines of, Vicky seemed to kind of switch and change, or, you know, not be quite clear what happened to the car. So that's kind of odd. Why keep it a little bit quiet? Is it because she knows where it is, or what it's been used for, or who else has used the car, such as Kenny's brother, Ray Veach? Who knows? Kind of a little mystery within itself. Don't know if we'll find out about it. But yeah, just thought I'd mention it. I mean, as we know, the car was supposedly used previously when Ray and Michael turned up at Kenny's house after Kenny's disappearance to collect a few materials, items. Don't know why. Is it because the house was being cleared, because he's no longer around, and they thought, well, the house is going to be taken from them or something, or people are going to buy it, so they've got to move stuff around, take things out? Maybe, but when you look at it this way, can't remember the year though, you look at it this way, really the only time when things started actually happening was in 2018, when it looked like proper people started doing work on the house. Because as you saw visually, within the house at that point in 2018, it was quite empty. The doors were open, it was like stripped, which is to be expected. I said, don't know what happened with certain items and objects within the house, if they were donated, given back to family, or thrown away. Kind of unsure about that. Is there a big significance with the house in general though? Well, I'll probably say, there's a mystery around it because there's certain details, information we don't know of, and maybe financial related stuff as well, but would it link tied to where Kenny is? Probably not. It's like just a little mystery on its own, the house. I said it was kind of interesting thinking, I wonder what that secret room was. Remember the one where Kenny said, you can't come in here because it's secret. And it's like, well, I wonder what is in there, or what was he hiding? Obviously, it might not be too much, but it was just worth pointing out. Is there anything else? As for Robin, might as well just bring it up. So supposedly, the real Robin is currently out there right now. But obviously Susan has appeared recently. You may have seen it on Jay Silverheel's video, and I think on one of Jeff Clark's comments saying Robin is fake. This, the return of Robin is fake. It's somebody else. Told me as well, and I'm like, yeah, understandable. Just remember, because, from the beginning, I'm cautious. You remember, very first video I did on the return of Robin. I was like, no. And other people were like, yeah. And I was like, no, like that. But you got to look at it this way. You put aside the fakeness, okay? You know, like Jack. The way Jack reacts at times, it's a little bit too quick. What I'm saying is, just in the supposed situation, Robin is out there hiking right now, went out Friday. And then the day on Friday, like morning time or so, I think Jack left a few comments saying, oh, where's the footage, Robin? Oh, you're lying. Where is it? Oh, you're so fake. And it's like, well, yeah, probably this case, but just remember, time zone, you know, America, the US, obviously there's different states, tends to be 5 to 6 plus hours time difference behind us. They're 6 hours behind the UK, and maybe more, depending what state people are from, okay? Whereas other countries like in Europe might be an hour or two ahead. But then you got the odd few countries which aren't in Europe and further afar, which are just only 1 hour ahead, which is kind of interesting. What I'm getting at is with the whole time zone difference, you can't expect certain things to happen on the day because they're still on the previous day, or they might just be asleep at the moment in time. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm getting at. Just, I think some people seem to misunderstand or not know the time difference. I assume Jack is from the UK, or if not that, not from the US, because how would a US person expect a US person to go out or do something if they're still on the previous day? Because the whole time zone difference is a bit stupid, that, isn't it? I'm still interested to see what happens. What I will say is the fake or the supposed Robin account, whichever one you want to call it, he did tell me, or they told me, if within a 9-day period, because he said he was going to stop there for a few days, inspect the mine shaft, do other stuff, talk and record, etc., camp out, go there once and only once and never come back, just wants it out the way. With that in mind, he said to me, once he's back, he's done his editing, decided to upload a long or short clip and then upload it. If within 9 days, I assume that's starting from either today or yesterday, whenever the comment was sent. I assume 9 days, he said. After that, then if there's no video, no explanation, nothing, then, you know, something bad has happened and I'm gone. Now, what I will say is, immediately, is just on a general tone, it ties in with what he's supposedly been getting at all this time, saying, oh, I've got to be careful what I say and the information I pass on because I could get in danger. It's a risk. And then if he said, oh, he's going to go out and then say, if I'm not back after 9 days, I've been caught or captured, killed. And it's like, well, it all ties in with one another, doesn't it? But it also shows that it could well be planned all along. Dodgy, fake. Yes, come on. People better, hope people don't misunderstand how I'm talking because I'm using specific language, okay? What I'm getting at is, it's like a good explanation, and to an extent a valid one, if it's been set up, planned, from saying this to acting that way to doing this and then going off to do that, with supposed reinforced past encounters, experiences with hikers that said, oh, they are going out, they are going to do this, and then they don't come back. It's like, oh, and here's another one to the list, when in reality they didn't go missing, and it's just a game, like to waste a bit of time. It's more to do with wasting time and being able to back out, exit safely. When I say safely, I mean just go off anonymous, pretending that they've disappeared when they haven't, but they do it in that way and it's planned in that way so they can't get questioned, they can't be, you know, told off, you know, stuff like that. It can happen. Could it apply to Eric the Hiker? Well, we don't know too much about him, but you know what I mean, you just gotta be cautious at the end of the day and just see what happens. Really, I think that's it for the video. Just like little bits of information along the way, not worth making a video. As said, within a 9-day period, just in general, it'll be interesting to see if anything's said, anything's done, any videos made. If so, good. If not, to be expected. Really, I'd say the only good thing that came out of this, even though people will be like, oh, it's fake, oh, waste of time, like that, just remember one thing, whether it's a real person or not, whether it's an alien, a reptilian, or just a random human pretending to be someone else, the only positive is that individual managed to download the full hike clip that was originally uploaded by the real Really Robin. Because as you know, all that content from the original channel was deleted. Yes, I had a few clips, short ones of bits of footage I used previously, snippets, but could you really piece it together? No, because it was small and fragmented. So being able to have this hike footage now, yes, the channel could disappear as part of, you know, the whole disappearance act. If I don't return back after 9 days, or I've disappeared. The comments have been disabled once again. So is this the beginning? Like almost like kind of like a repeat? Could be. Comments have gone now. He said for his own safety, supposedly. Okay. Comments are gone now, so you can't see what he originally said and what he was originally saying he was a part of, which isn't good, but I do have a video on it already, mentioning all the key comments and stuff he said and admitted to, regardless of who it is and the outcome. But from saying it relevant to this point, this moment, at least there is screenshots and a video already on that material. So it's not going to disappear, even if the original does, because there's a copy of it, okay? And that applies to the hike footage, because this time I do have, you know, the full-length video. I said in the description of the video, the hike one, said you're free to download, save the video for your own personal use, viewing and stuff like that. So that's what I did. So if anything does follow next, whether it be the account being deleted or just videos being removed, which I really wouldn't be surprised if that does happen, to really tie in with the whole, you know, concept of this plan going on. Well, at least we've got the footage now. Moreover, for someone like Jeff Clark and maybe Jay Silverheels, who are interested within, you know, the hike that Robin did at the time, the original Robin, the canyon he was in, the width, the terrain, the quality, the flat top ahead, being able to have more footage to look at of the area, to break it down, play it through, it might help them understand and pinpoint the actual location. So I think it's more of an indirect positive. I think that's what I'd say. It's more of an indirect positive, where although the main theme looms that, oh, fakeness, waste of time, but the underlying positive is you received footage which unfortunately slipped out of one's grasp in the past because people weren't expecting for the original content to go. But now we've got it back. So not too bad, is it not? Still kind of confused with Sean. Don't know what's going on there. What's up with that? As you know, his channel, his videos are gone. I might be wrong in saying, but I think the videos were officially removed as well. You know, all his spiritual stuff and etc. All that. And the reason why I say that is because I think I'm right in saying when you delete a video, the views you got from that video is also taken away from your total views on your channel, which you can see in the about section of your channel. And I think Sean was at something like 1.5, 1.6 million total channel views. But because he's deleted, from the looks of it, all his other videos. It's dropped to 1.2 million total channel views. So that would make sense. Plus as well, with certain maybe members or just subscribers, people close to Sean who get on with him, they've even been wondering what's going on, where's the content, hope you're okay. So there's that to take in mind as well, reinforces it more. Really, the only bit of an update, I don't know if I do a video on it, probably no point now because it's a bit pointless and a bit, why? But I'll just say it in this video is when you type in Liberia Sean on Google search, yeah, it comes up with different accounts and stuff, but there was one website, I can't remember what it was called, I think it was a chess one, online chess. And I think some of you may have seen it in a past live stream of Sean's, because I don't know when exactly, but when Sean did his live streams, you know, some of his later ones towards the end, he ended up playing chess, or he, you know, clicked on the screen, the live chess app, game, whatever. And it showed the profile, it showed his win-loss and all that. And basically, getting into words, on Google, you type in Liberia Sean, you find a chess account, online chess account, click on it. And when I checked, which was a couple of days ago, it said last online 4 hours ago. So he is active, he is present, but most likely he's doing his own thing or getting on with other stuff or dealing with other things like normal, etc. Okay, fair enough. I don't think he's moved content or stuff like that to a different place. I know he kept going on about it, which is understandable because I guess the way YouTube is with people and channels with certain stuff and things, okay. I don't know if he actually did make the move. I can't remember the names of the different platforms that they were talking about, but I do remember in the past, even when Google Plus was shutting down, it was a good website that came across some people over time, quite a few, yeah, definitely. Not always great, but yeah. And, you know, a few people were saying, oh, we need to try and find a new platform to move on to. Oh, go on here, go on there. Was it BitChute or something? Maybe that was the one that was referred to by Sean as well. BitChute. I can't remember, to be honest. It was one of those. Just another platform for either uploading the videos, sharing stuff, some kind of community tab and joining stuff, discussions, comments and all that, getting involved. All that stuff. So yeah, maybe that's where Sean headed. But then again, there was no notification indication on his channel in the comments community tab of him moving on to somewhere else. And I said with the previous subscribers and certain supporters questioning, oh, what's going on? So there is that, yeah. Anything else? I'm kind of interested in that, you know, the GoFundMe site. I wonder what happened with Sean's. Is it still up? Is it still active? I think it might be, but is it like an expiry thing? Yeah, just seems a bit weird. I don't know how long they actually remain open for, or maybe they're open forever until it's either shut down by the website, the owners, or the person that's set up in the first place. What happens to the money though? Like, does it just remain stuck? Do they get directly transferred into an account immediately, or is it only when, you know, the funds have reached a target? Don't really mean much to me, but I'm just interested because I remember there was all that talk about it in the past. But, you know, obviously, I don't think it progressed any further than that. Unless there's a boost somewhere, who knows what could happen. But it does make me think, because of the way progression has been made within the mystery, regarding certain stuff at least, maybe Kenny himself, it's like, is it worth hiking out there in a certain area when it's either A, been covered several times, or B, you know, Kenny's whereabouts are elsewhere? But then again, I guess you can argue the people that are more interested in the M cave or believe in the cave, and some believe it to be in a certain area, like Sean, there's a reason to go back to hike there. And hence that original GoFundMe. But I'm just wondering, did things not quite, you know, work out because certain things were solved or other people went? I don't know, but you gotta look at it this way. Even though Sean didn't go himself, since, in a sense of removing those rocks like that was originally going to be done in the first place. Someone, what the hell was that? I just saw a fence panel flying in the air then. Well, I assume I did. Or maybe someone was holding it in the air. I can't quite see the person. That was very weird, that. Yeah, it probably is. I can hear voices. Weird. What was I saying? But regardless of Sean going there or not, someone did at a point in time. From the looks of it, hence the rock on the Could Cave being removed on the floor. Someone probably went up to it, picked it up and thought, oh, not much there, and then dropped it and left it. Now, has anyone been there since and been able to successfully look close at the cave and look inside? I'm not too sure. I don't know if the hole is big enough. You know what I'm saying? Because when I looked at it from Aquachigger's video, as well as, I think, Silverheels, yes, you can see the outline of what's missing. It's a lighter colour now. Originally, it was much darker because there was a dark rock on top of it. But I don't know if there's a gap, a slit, which has now been revealed. I know there was cracks and lines which made it look like a jigsaw piece originally, even though that might have been natural rock formation, confirmed by geologists and stuff. But it's just interesting to see, is there any more holes which could reveal a bit more within? I know, I think at the bottom there was like a hole or something you could slip something under. And then towards the right, near, just by the side on the left of the missing black rock, there was a kind of like a gap where Sean tried putting the camera in. I know people have started talking about the snake camera and other kinds of technology which could be used. I know. We'll get to that in a second. But like when Sean's camera was, you know, kind of wedged in, it was dark and the rocks did seem fairly thick, you know, the way they were up against. But it was just trying to see how far does it go within, and it was kind of dark. And from the looks of it, it looked like it went in to an extent, but I'm not quite sure how deep though. But arguably, it could be considered a cave, even though it might be natural rock formation. If you pulled all those rocks away or pulled them out, it looks like it does create, you know, kind of a den, some kind of shallow cave, if you want to call it that. It seemed a little bit more deeper in comparison to the Keyhole Cave, definitely, and maybe the one next to it as well. I can't remember the exact definition for a cave. You know what I'm saying? I know where caves tend to be all deep and you can go exploring within, but can you get a very shallow one, or does it not become a cave anymore? Is it more of a den? A little... Is it a cub? I might be getting completely wrong with that. I'm just trying to think of certain terminology used by Jay Chuck. I can't remember it all, okay? Apologies for that. But people were saying about the snake camera. Little rod, whatever you want to call it, like keyhole camera. Well, you've seen the keyhole surgery with surgeons and stuff. Something like that, maybe a bit bigger, obviously, and for different purposes. And you shove it in and have a look around. I think it would have a torch as well. You would need a torch, obviously, with the camera. You wiggle it around, have a look and stuff, and see if you can find anything. Yeah, that would make sense. That would be useful. Apologies for the background sound. There's people next door talking loud, interrupting my flow, interrupting what I do, of course. But aside from that, that camera, which arguably could be used for the supposed covered cave, could also be used for the keyhole as well. Even though the keyhole has been described as natural and etc, reinforced evidence with Silverheels' video, it'd still be interesting to see if he shoved in, you know, the little camera, what does it reveal? And even just to see the actual, you know, depth. How deep does it go? When you shove it in, does it hit some kind of back wall, or does it go just on and on and on? That would be interesting to know, to be honest, because if it goes really deep, could that be considered a cave? Even though it's natural and it's not been filled in, it could still be considered a cave if excavated, pulled away. It'd be more of a man-made cave, but wouldn't it be kind of interesting? I mean, is it even possible? I'm not a rock expert. Is it possible to have a natural rock wall, but for it to be hollow and that on the inside is almost like a big cave or a big entrance, a big, you know, thing you can walk into if the original wall wasn't there? Is that possible for it to be hollow? Maybe I'm wrong, completely wrong, but I might as well ask the question because someone might be able to reply to that and answer it. Would appreciate it. But yeah, you shove the camera into that little hole and you think, okay, what have we got here? How far does it go in? What does it reveal? It would be interesting. Could a camera like that be used anywhere else? Mine shaft, probably not, unless there was like a little hole, a little gap within the mine shaft on one of the entrances or sides of the mines, you know what I'm saying? Is there any other locations where Scott Natal went? I don't really know. Really, the only other, supposed cave you could try would be the, you know what Frank did when he was out. I can't remember the location or the coordinates. Well, because he didn't give any, did he? And it was to do with off the highway, there was a cave, shape of an M. And as he was looking around and stuff, aside from the sign, which arguably you can get online, fake ones, which is a bit, not really promising, is that? A few planks of wood, nails and stuff. The side of the cave on the right, there was like a gap going down, and he said you could feel air, something coming out. And normally when you tend to come across that, feel it, sense it, it hints at maybe a possible entrance or an exit point elsewhere, or some kind of mine, that gust of wind coming out. Because I think when Scott Natal did one of his hike videos when he was out there, he himself said, oh, I can feel the air coming out from here, which hinted at a mine shaft, which it was. So maybe the same could apply to Frank's. That being the case, and there was a gap in the wall, as you shove a camera in there, have a little look around, maybe it might reveal something. But at the end of the day, it's all to do with equipment, and not everyone has the appropriate equipment at the relevant time. It's not their fault. They might not be able to afford it, or some just might not have it, or are restricted to what they've got or can use. It's all understandable. I think at the end of the day, most part of it, the main thing was people going about and exploring, which they did fairly well. And I guess for the most part of it, the quality as well was pretty good. So that's more than enough at the end of the day. That's what I'd say, in my opinion at least. Am I obsessed with the area, the actual environment? No. It doesn't really intrigue me too much. I mean, it kind of looks interesting in certain areas, but it's like, I think it's more of a thing where visually and the presence, the feel of it back then was a lot better and more interesting, more intriguing. But I think over time, with new developments and progression being made, arguably, and suggestions of Kenny being alive and elsewhere and stuff, it kind of loses that mysterious tone. And that's natural. Doesn't happen with everyone, but it's natural and it can occur. And I guess with like the things such as the keyhole being solved and other bits and bobs along the way, it's like, you know what I'm saying? And I think even though you've got like the tent and sword within that area, it's like, well, yeah, but it isn't there now, is it, the sword? Scott Natal took it, so yeah, like another thing missing. I mean, it makes sense to take the sword to get it tested for DNA or some kind of explanation of some sort, but it's like, it's just one more thing either debunked or removed, and it's like, The mine shaft as well. Thought it was sabotaged. Ooh, dark, spooky. And then obviously it was explained later on, and it's like, understandable, okay. One less thing. It's all good at the end of the day, solving the mystery bit by bit, or at least clearing up the clutter, the side stuff. That's always a good thing. But arguably you can say and agree that it does lose its mysterious sense. Not everyone's going to agree, but my opinion. J Chuck got his own mind and like spiritual related stuff. I don't see it that way, but he does. There we are. really, anything else to talk about? Probably not. I know this came away from this video, the map thing, but that's why I wanted to leave this at the end. So if people wanted a little bit of extra footage or a bit of extra information, extra updates, they'd be able to watch this and hear it out. And the people that couldn't be bothered or not interested, well, they don't have to sit through and watch this because it's at the end. You know, by the time they're satisfied or dissatisfied with what they're watching, they would have gone by then. So it's kind of like a win-win at the end of the day. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video and the actual map thing. It's quite good to do. And yeah, let me know if you see anything or find anything. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, which will be another map one, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.